We good? We're live? If I'm honest, I don't know. I don't know. We could be live, we might not be live. I don't know. Looks like I did send the streaming video up. Are we good? We're good? We seem to be good. Everyone's reacting. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I do not know. I kind of was mildly hoping we'd pick something else other than art, just because I'm not at all inspired today. I'm mildly tempted to just wheel out Jackbox or something and just go, I don't feel like drawing today. Like those old TVs in like the classroom, like when, you know, the teacher didn't feel like teaching, they would like shove some video cassette from the early 90s into the thing and teach you stuff that's been taught in schools for like 20 years. I mildly feel like doing the streamer equivalent of that. But yeah, I am not very inspired to do art tonight. Well, tonight, meh. About the only thing that I'm like remotely interested in doing is like maybe redesigning another OC of mine. I can probably like pop up like a couple of the ones. I just need to be careful because I don't want to like give spoilers or nothing. That and another reason. But I can pop up a couple of the character redesigns that I've done for some of my OCs, because one thing I do actually want to do is so I have a Fandom. Some people might know about it, a lot of people probably don't. I posted it on Archive of Our Own a few years back. It finished up not long before I started my YouTube channel, actually. And I've been considering reviving it to turn into a video series. Are we good? Is it working? Is everything working? Apparently just the YouTube chat bar is not working, which is weird. Let me try and fix it. Like, it's working on my stream software. It's working on Streamlabs, but it's not working just in general. Do I have any tips for making videos like mine? That would probably require a video. My pronouns are literally right there in neon, like, turquoise letters. Please read them. Also, yeah, what the okay. I think it's just because it's top chat, not live chat. Come on. Give me my live chat, please. Let me just fix the size of the chat, because it's weird. There we go. Yeah, I'll pop up my phone gun. And yeah, I'm non-binary. So it says I have 2 streams. What the fuck? What happened? Hang on. Oh, I think I know what's happened. I think I know what's happened. No, let me go away, YouTube. Let me. Yep. It's done what I thought it did. Hang on. Yep. I figured out the problem. The art stream is being a dick. I did something wrong with the stream. It's my fault. Yep, it's my fault. Hang on. Let me go upload a thumbnail. It's here somewhere. I know where it is. Alright, hopefully that's good. With any luck, I'm gonna be able to, like, get to the live stream and, like, actually look at it. Alright, where? No, I don't want to discard my changes. Just save them! Why? Speedrunning making a fun. I can see you guys. I'm supposed to be on YouTube, I think. Come on. This is fine. I'm okay with the way events are unfolding currently. It's okay. Things are gonna be okay. I'm just... Alright. Let me go live. Alright. Manage. Please, YouTube. Don't believe people into doing that. Alright. I think I've got the right one. I'm just gonna quickly go back and delete the other one, because I fucked up there. More actions. Delete it. Yeah, I understand it's permanent. Alright, I think we're finally getting somewhere. I think I'm finally good. Okay, we're good. Alright, so where was I? I think I was gonna show, like, some OCs that I redesigned. Well, I've only redesigned two, my protagonist and my deuteragonist. Well, my protagonist and supporting character, so let me... I'll first shove their original sprites into the thing. There we go. If I just do that, I can probably do that. And do that. Ta-da. YouTube chat's still not small enough. Has the chat died again? Because my chat keeps dying. My live chat keeps dying. There we go. Why did the kid... What? Okay, Sunshine Baby, we don't have time to unpack all of that. Chins are always pointy in Danganronpa. These are the original designs. Let me just quickly pop up the redesigns. I don't know, I thought that these were a little uninspired. Like, I liked some things about them, like the hair and stuff. But I decided I could probably do better and portray their characters a bit better. So I did these. I still don't think I've done that great a job at, like, displaying their talent. I mean, they are high. Are those the ones from that old Game of Pad shit post? Yes, they are. I'm glad that you know. These ones, Originally, I did look heavily at, like, Kaede and Shuichi because, you know, protagonist, deuteragonist, and hell, the protagonist was even just straight up based on Kaede because you know what happens to her. Yeah, like I said, I'm bad at, like, portraying talent, but, she's the ultimate shadow puppeteer, and he's the ultimate modern dancer. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at... They look like kids, like... To be fair, like, the characters in Danganronpa are, like... They're in high school. Also, I think I've just gotten the reverse problem with my proportions, where, like, now my bodies are, like, really wide. So the only thing I'm really inspired to do is complete, like, the main trio of my game. Because it's those two. And, let me find her. I've got a reference images. Okay, so I've got a full body sprite of her. But I think I should probably redesign her as well. I'm pretty much planning to, like, just... I'm planning to, like, redesign everybody, because I think that, like, everyone's design was pretty uninspired. Well, there's a couple that I really liked. There was my ultimate barista who I really liked, so I just really need to draw her again. But I think I don't know, I'm kind of rambling at the moment. Which is generally what happens when I don't know what I'm doing. New canvas. Look, I promised that she was made before Maki came out, but she's the ultimate assassin. What the fuck happened? Oh, I see. Someone put the best day ever of the executions. Why? Who would do that? How did I find Danganronpa? It was like April or something, and like a friend of mine was like really into it, but I didn't know what the heck it was. But I was very interested. I wanted to learn more about it. The character designs looked really interesting. The stuff that they were talking about seemed interesting. So I asked them, like, hey, how can I get into this? And they sent me a link to a translation of the Japanese game. I think it was the Something Awful one, but I don't remember. And, I've been obsessed ever since. I'm not even in contact with this friend anymore. Favorite execution in the series? I actually watched most of the executions through the gaps in my fingers. Let's see. Canvas background, color. So I can actually see. Yeah, the translations. I try not to think about Glass Trial 2 because, like, all this time later, it's a trial that still makes me cry and I don't want to think about it ever. I don't listen to whatever that is. They always bombard me with questions when I'm trying to draw. You must be new here. Do you have any tips for shading? Really, not really. About all I can say is, like, look at the light source and think about, like, where the shadows would, like, fall on that. I do have Discord, but I don't hand it out. What are you talking about? What do you mean Kirumi's execution? She didn't get executed. You have no proof. I don't really listen to Vocaloid or Utaloid or any of that stuff. Which ultimate talent do you see the most among OCs? I don't know. I try not to... I don't know. I'm not really that well versed in Fangans, so... yeah. Kirumi didn't get executed. There's no proof. Who do you listen to? I don't really listen to a who, I listen to a what. Well, I guess there is one thing that I listen to, pretty frequently. Let me just try and find it. That's valid, but, like, if it's... the most recent thing I've ever listened to is Billie Eilish. And, like, that's even just, like, the big one, like, Bad Guy. That's it. Y'all asked what I listened to. That was the last thing I listened to. I stopped for everyone's sanity. Did your neighbors hear that? No, I've got headphones on. I don't listen to anything, like, modern, really. Like, anything from, like, the last 2 years I don't really listen to. The most recent thing and I don't really listen to, like, popular music or, like, much of anything, really. I don't really like that stuff. If I listen to, like, if I'm listening to, like, any popular stuff... like, if I'm listening to any popular stuff, it was popular when I was, like, in late primary school, early high school. Favorite Danganronpa meme? Not really. My favorite Monokub is Monodam because he knows when to shut his fucking mouth. Look, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually not sure whether I want, like, whether I want this girl to be the protagonist or if I want to, like, switch it, like, keep it as Miami being the protagonist. Do I know how to do a handstand? No. Look, I'm fat and unathletic. Like, even when I was, like, kind of skinny, I didn't know how to do a handstand. My least favorite Danganronpa character, Kokichi. Like, legitimately, I don't like... I think... Look, I know I'm about to get completely crucified and killed for this statement. But I like Haiji more than Kokichi. Not much more. They are both complete fucking garbage. But... Haiji's plan actually makes fucking sense. Haiji feels like a real human being. Haiji gets treated as a real human being. A fucked up human being, but a human being. Is this for your Danganronpa? Yep, I plan to redo it. Yeah, don't trash Kokichi fans, please. Like, unless they're actively doing, like weird shit. Who do I think the most overrated Danganronpa character is? What do you think? It's Kokichi! Who's better, Kirumi or Kaide? Kirumi. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Please help. Alright, I think that's good enough for a sketch. Just let me draw out where her arms go. And I think I need to rotate that hand. I keep seeing Mikon hate wherever I go, and, like, if I'm being honest, it confuses the shit out of me. Because, like, I personally really relate to, like, I really relate to Mikon, so, like, when people, like, say, like, I really hate Mikon, she's so annoying, yada, 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 it's like, well, why do you like me? Also, I should probably draw, like, the knife and fingers. Yeah, it sucks. Like, Matt Mercer is such a wonderful voice actor and a wonderful person, and, like, they were like, okay, voice this asshole. And it's like, no, get him to voice a good character. Look, I think they should just, like, redub, like, both Kokichi and Fuyuhiko's lines with Matt Mercer, if I'm honest. Because, like, we all know, like, fucking, what's his name? He fucking sucks. He's a pedo. And it's really a fucking shame that, like, you know, like, Kokichi, and especially Fuyuhiko, one of the best male characters in the entire franchise, like, is, like, just kind of left out to dry. Because, like, his voice actor is such a shithead. Also, I don't know how to draw combat knives. That's probably obvious. Should probably have looked up a reference, but I don't care enough. Look, I loved Mikon, like, admittedly, the last 20 minutes of her trial were uncomfortable as heck, but I loved her otherwise. Like, Like, there was pretty strong evidence that she did, in fact, like, resent the fact that she was mistreated all the goddamn time. Like, before the despair disease, I mean. I can't even see the hand there. It'll be fine. Yeah, she deserved a better execution. Jesus, fuck, I can barely keep up with the chat. Have I played Your Turn to Die? I did play it at one stage. I didn't really vibe with it. I don't know why, it just didn't click with me. I love Peko. Honestly, I do want to do an analysis video on her. I pitched the idea to my patrons, actually, but, like, it never came up for them. It wasn't something that they wanted. And I will get around to it one day, but, like, not tonight. Like, not soon, because I've got, like, other videos I'm working on. I think the problem with My Hero is everyone says she's underrated, which, you know, she's not really underrated when everyone says she's underrated. Well, you know how, like, I don't know. You know how medical jobs can be, like, really gory at times? I don't want to give Your Turn to Die a chance. If it doesn't capture me in the first chapter, I don't really feel like seeing it through to the end. And, Rentaro's fine. They really, like, Peko and Fuyuhiko aren't really siblings. Peko was definitely not treated as an equal to Fuyuhiko by the rest of the clan. Like, saying they're siblings is, like... That's weird. I really like Ibuki and Shuichi. I think that, like, Ibuki and Shuichi... Like, Shuichi has one of the best, like, male character arcs. And Ibuki is just a delight whenever she's around. And I also agree, like I love Kuzupeko, don't get me wrong. That's, like, one of my favorite ships. But I also want to see, like, people, like, appreciate Peko as her own thing. Look, you can say it gets better in, like, 1-2 all you want, but I don't really want to go back to it. Because, like, I didn't save, so I have to go through 1-1 all over again. And honestly, I'm considering just spoiling myself for the whole thing so that I don't have to go play it. Look, Peko really deserved better writing. Because, like, they killed her twice! Like, she does live in the end, but they killed her twice! But Fuyuhiko did kind of care about Peko before, like Trial 2. Like, in Chapter 1, like, when, like, she'd swallowed, like, when she'd swallowed the food that, like, had made her sick, like, Fuyuhiko was the one that suggested someone slipped her laxatives and was, like, actually pretty polite to her. I just wish that Peko hadn't been, like, you know, murdered for like, Fuyuhiko's character development. Like, Fuyuhiko's character development is amazing. But it does suck that, like, he got it because, like, of a fridged love interest. What do you mean they killed her twice? Fuck, have you seen Danganronpa 2.5? Because, like, she gets killed canonically, and she also gets killed again in Danganronpa 2.5 in Kamaida's, like, fucking hallucinations. Which, like, while Danganronpa If is, like, what if all of the characters lived, Danganronpa 2.5 is, like, what if everyone died? Like, what if all the survivors of the second game died? And then we killed Peko again for good measure. It's like, don't they know the saying, measure twice, cut once? Danganronpa 2.5 was actually pretty good. I didn't hate it as much as... Oh. Yeah, I know that's not the real Peko, but it, like, still looks like her. It's close enough. Opinions on Gonta. I really like Gonta. No, like, you're right. Like, it really does suck that, like, the character development relied on the death of, like, a female character. And, like, the closest thing that, like, we got to, the closest thing we got to something similar for, like, a male character dying for a female character's development was, like, Kaito at the very end of, like, Trial 5. After, like, his role as development was already pretty much done. I think I heard somewhere that, like, I heard somewhere that the core of the Earth is actually hotter than the sun. So I'm gonna throw him into the core of the Earth. And honestly, as a complete package, I think I like Danganronpa 1 the most. Like, as a complete package, it's the best overall game. Even though there's that fucking, like, even though fucking Trial 2 sucks. Like, Trial 2 fucking sucks. But aside from that, most of the trials are really good. And it's also the only one with a Trial 5 that's not completely cursed. I like Tsurugi. I think that, like, she's a better mastermind than people seem to think, I think. They give a flack for being bored. Why do you hate Trial 2? I mean, like, it's transphobic and pretty ableist towards people with, like dissociative identity disorder. And, like, just Chihiro's whole arc is completely transphobic. Like, it doesn't matter if Chihiro is not a transgender woman. The whole arc is, like, revolves around, like, discovering that, like, Chihiro is designated male at birth. And, like, that's meant to be, like, a huge shock. And as soon as everyone discovers, like, they were designated male at birth, like, they don't bother, like, asking, like, they don't bother with, like, pronouns or nothing. They just completely switch over to he, him immediately. And, like, every time, like, trans people try to, like, talk about it, we're always, like, subjected to the same thing by, like, cis people who have nothing to lose, which is, like, oh, but it's not transphobic because Chihiro's not trans, and it's, like, it doesn't matter. My hand drawing skills are not perfection. These hands look terrible. Yeah, like, even in 2014, before, like, I discovered I was non-binary, and, like, I was watching the trial, and I thought I was cisgender, like, every time they, like, refer to, like, Chihiro as he, him, I was like, no, that's wrong. No. And, like, even if, even if that wasn't in the trial, it's still, like, really disrespectful towards people with dissociative identity disorder and, like, otherwise specified dissociative disorder. Even, like, people who aren't, like, plural are, like... Even people who aren't plural are like, okay, this is really disrespectful. The overall mystery wasn't even that interesting, in my opinion. I mean, like, the whole thing unraveled because Mondo was careless with what he said, and, like, I just don't like the fact that, like, it really character assassinated him. He was, like, really good. And then it's just like, oh, look, he murdered someone for coming out to him. And then everyone is like, oh, but he did it because he feels like he's so weak. And it's like, I get it. I understand it. I get what they were going for. It doesn't mean it's good, or that I have to like it. Or that it's, like, not able to be criticized. Look, as someone who, like, recently discovered that they've got, like, otherwise specified dissociative disorder, the trial is so bad. What the fuck is that arm? Like, the trial is as bad as this arm. This is a terrible arm. What am I doing? And, like, not only that, but Trial 2 has, like, ensured that, like, no matter what Chihiro does, the fandom's always just going to remember them as, like, the person who, like, who, like, dressed up as a girl but was actually designated male at birth. Like, regardless of, like, how that is actually a thing. Like, regardless of whether that's, like, regardless of how you perceive them, like, it's all anyone ever talks about with them. If you, like, try to use, like, any set of pronouns to talk about them, like, in any other way, all you're going to see is people going, oh, but you're using the wrong pronouns. Like, regardless of, like, which pronouns you're using, someone's going to, like, yell at you. What did you feel about the collab with Dang and Mandy? I really enjoyed it. If I was in Hope's Peak Academy, how would I feel? I'd be wondering how the hell I got in there, because I'm 21. Like, I'm older than Hagakure was. And I'm no longer in high school. Like, how did I get here? Like, even as a teacher, that makes no sense, because I can't speak a word of Japanese. And it's a Japanese school. A little better, I suppose. A lot of people assume that, like, I don't know Chihiro's backstory, but I do. I tragically spent years defending this shit. Before, like, my brain cells grew in and I realized, oh wait, no, this is actually fucking terrible. What will my ultimate be? I don't know. I mean, my degree's in creative industries. Hashime's not 20. Not, like, at the time of entering. He might be 20 at the end of this series, but not, like, at the start. Nekomaru is not in his mid to early 30s. Like, the thing, like, the series even confirms that, like, Nekomaru is probably going to be dead before he's, like, 25. You really gotta stop looking at characters and assuming you know their age, like, based on how they appear, because they're all the same age, they're all in the same class. The only, like, if a character is a different age, the game will tell you. The only one who's, like, an adult when all this is going down is Hagakure. Oh, God. The old comments thing is like me praying that like these comments are not gonna hold up at all. Don't you know, Nekomaru was actually like an eldritch god. Like the elder gods, they actually bow down to Nekomaru, who was the eldest god. Like when Raiden from Mortal Kombat wants to consult the elder gods, he doesn't actually consult like a strict set of gods. He contacts fucking what's the face? He contacts Nekomaru. Nekomaru is like the same age as everyone else, which would be like around 15 when they're entering Hope's Peak. What would be the name? I mean, people already want to kill me. I don't think I need to give them more fodder by describing how I would die. I don't know, like something involving the fucking YouTube algorithm and the way it's fucking me over all the goddamn time. My views are up. My watch time is up. And my ad revenue is down. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Because it's like, the videos getting demonetized are about the same as normal. I don't know, I don't mind the 11037 meme personally. Is this a Danganronpa OC of yours? Yeah, I'm redesigning. Worst V3 trial? 5! I've answered this in another video, like where I ranked the trials. It was literally the worst trial in the fucking series. In fact, I would argue it's the worst thing I've ever had to do. Like, the worst thing I've ever had to do voluntarily. YouTube hates YouTubers. Not quite correct. YouTubers love YouTubers. Like, YouTube loves YouTubers that make them money. Because my content is way too nonsensical to, like, make money off of. They hate me. Trial 5 of V3, like, it makes me fucking cry, but it's because it's so bad. This is my OC. This is Delon Fukui? Fukui? I think it's Fukui. Which is my ultimate assassin. Also, I swear to God, I created her before Maki even existed. I'm trying to think of, like, okay, so, like, I think I've got the basic, like, outlines down. I want to make the hair curlier. Like, I want her hair to be curlier. Like, I think I still want it to be, like, straight close to the head. But, like, frizzy, like, as it, like, heads down. I have a video where I explain why I hate Trial 5. Trial 5, like, everyone says you don't understand Kokichi, but every time I try to understand Kokichi and use Trial V3-5 to understand him, it just makes no sense. Like, I keep trying to understand it, but, like, every time I do, like, I just find more shit to complain about. More shit that's, like, completely and utterly, like V3-5 is fucking terrible. Like, Kokichi's plan makes literally no fucking sense. Worst written character is Kokichi, by far. Mikan's multi-kill actually kind of makes sense, and I don't get why everyone's like, oh, it doesn't make sense. Because it do. Kokichi's plan makes literally no fucking sense. Angie would have made a much... Look, hot take. Angie would have made a much better rival than Kokichi. I won't say more because, like, I'm making a video about that topic. But, like, Angie would have been a much better rival. Don't at me. I mean, I have a pair of shoes that I don't wear socks with. I don't have a place where like fan art can be submitted, but like I usually like go on Tumblr and like you could like at me with it. I'll shove down my Tumblr in the chat. I don't know, that's the website that I use the most other than YouTube. Angie was an antagonist, and she could have been the main antagonist. I wanted her to be the main antagonist. She's so much better. She's so much better than fucking... Fuck. She's so much better than fucking Kokichi. Have I read Danganronpa 0? I have not yet. Am I doing that okay? I should probably... she's mixed race. Black and Japanese. I should probably look up, like... I should probably actually look up a reference for this. Hang on. It's probably, like... I do know that, like... Yeah, she probably works. Although she is like a model, and I kind of don't want this character to be a model, if that makes sense. What art program am I using? I'm using Paint Tool Sci 2. If you buy a license for one, you can, like, get two basically free. So you're kind of buying two products for one. It's $70, but I think it's worth it. Because, like, it's not like Photoshop or, like, other things where, like, you're supporting, like, a giant company that really doesn't need it. But, like, it's a single person who's, like, working on this. Do I watch Nagito reviews? I actually don't. I don't know, it just didn't interest me. I think that's okay. I mean, I don't want it to look too realistic, but I also don't want it to look, like, weird, if that makes sense. Howdy. It's a one-time buy, yes. If I could change something about Kokichi, I would change the entire damn character. No, no offense, but this character is terrible and, like, really needs a full rework to actually work. Or at the very least, remove that, like, end bit where, like, they're like, oh, Kokichi was good all along. Like, fuck, man. No, he isn't. I mean, some Black and Victim ships are nice, and I don't think anyone ships it because, like, this person killed this person. I think that they would make a good couple. Like, no one really does that. I've heard of Slime Ranch, and my friend plays it. I prefer Nagito to Kokichi as well, just because, like, Nagito actually feels like a complete proof of concept, while Kokichi really doesn't. He just feels like he's pointing at Kamaida and going, like, I can do that, and then promptly shitting on the floor. The only thing I know about Touhou is, like, the, like, bad apple. Look, Kokichi would have been Kokichi still would have been infuriating. But he wouldn't have been, like, as terrible if they didn't try to redeem him. Also, hi. I don't say hello to everyone who joins the stream just because, like, there's, like, 300 people in the stream. I'd be here for a while. I actually don't mind Kokichi's design. Like, it's not the best design. I think that, like, other characters have better designs. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Can I do all the Junko poses or any? Like in real life or drawing them? I know I did a couple, like, in cosplay at, like, a convention early last year, you know, before everything got shut down. I don't think there's people, like, to... Kokichi just thought he was playing 5000D chess, while in reality he was banging his head against the wall. The stream's going fine. I think. That doesn't look like a scar. Which Danganronpa game is your favorite? I would probably say 1. Like, I think 2 has its problems. Like, I think 2 had a really strong first half and a really bad second half. And 3, kind of the same, except Chapter 4 was actually pretty good, too. And it also finished strongly. But that Chapter 5, man, it's so clear that they're, like, desperately trying to tug at your heartstrings and, like, make you feel things so that, like, Trial 6 is, like, so much more impactful. Like, rather than just, like, letting it play out naturally. It's like, shut up. I don't even care about, like, I don't care that much for Kaito or Maki. And I don't give a shit about Kokichi. He can burn in hell for all I care. I've heard of Mrs. Soda, but I don't know what you mean by the situation. The Danganronpa one had a really nice atmosphere, and I think it had, like, some of the, like, more realistic cases of the series. I actually like joke character survivors. I know they're not for everyone, but I think they're funny. Who's your favorite character apart from Kaide? I mean, Kaide's not my favorite, actually. I just relate to her the most. This doesn't look like a scar. It looks like a piercing. Maybe if I do that. That looks a bit more like a scar. I'm actually angry that Kokichi was killed by Kaito because fucking there was nothing against the two. There's not really anything that, like, felt like, you know, the murder was a natural, like, progression of their, like, arcs or anything. Like, even if it resulted in Maki being executed and, like, everything plays as normal, Kaito dies of his illness, Tsumugi and Kiba are the masterminds, they die, and, like, only Shuichi and Himiko survive. It still would have been better than, like, whatever the fuck was going on with Kaito. Oh, yikes. Hang on. Look, I would you change the V3 survivors? I would add more to the survivors. I don't know anything about the executions. I watched them through the gaps in my fingers. Also, that was supposed to be a hair layer, not a face layer, but whatever. It's okay, we can just merge the layers together and create a new one. Alright, I still wanted to have, like, straight hair close to her head. But I would like, I'm a bit better with, like, drawing curls, like, further out. Hyoko is much better than Kokichi. Ah, fuck. No! My opinion on Ultra Discover Bear Girls, it's actually the best of the Danganronpa games. I really don't know anything about Kokichi's claustrophobia. I don't think that's a thing. If I was to change the deaths of each game, that would require me to actually think. And I've already focused, like, too much on this. No, I think that's a bit too much. I mean, at least I can play the mini-game through, like, gaps in my fucking fingers and just, like, pray for it to be over soon, and it usually is. With, like... Stolen's background, half African or Caribbean. I headcanoned her as, like, African-American? Well, I guess it's not a headcanon since she's my character. But, like, I headcanoned her as, like, having an African American mother and a Japanese father. And my other, like, half-black OC, I think I gave him a new name, because I didn't like his old name, and it didn't mean anything or translate to anything. It's here somewhere, I just need to find it. Is it in my doc? Voice acting. Script. It's not it. But, aha! Saifo Arima. But I intended him to be, like, African Japanese with, I think a Zulu father and a Japanese mother? Let me check. I've written it down. I just need to take a look for it. There's no need to, like, that is a sensitivity, though. Like, the minigame is very sensitive. And yes, I do have character documents, like, on my desk. Or near it. Yep. South African father and Japanese mother. For, I don't know where I was going with that. That I had a train of thought and then it fucking died. Hello. Jane Aiko is also African American and Japanese. Maybe we may use that for reference. I'll look her up. Oh, yeah. Although I am running out of space on my thing for, like, reference images. We've been discussing that, like, Kokichi's bad for a while. Also, hello, Max. Although I think I'm done with the faces, because, I don't know. It's like, getting my friend into Danganronpa, good. I ruined a few friendships by doing that. I really liked Himiko's character development. I know, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, when media does not think the same. Like... But, like, you know, they're allowed to have that opinion. I think Himiko's character development is really nice. Well, obviously no one cried over Korkio's death. He just killed 2 people for the shits and giggles of, like, you know, friends for his sister. Oh. Man, my Fungon's the opposite of that one. Like, Fungon idea that, like, kills the non-pale cis characters in the first trial. Like, I did the reverse. I killed, like, my... Like, the only, like, pale-skinned cishet was the first to die. Just because I don't know how to write for, like, characters like that. What other series do I like aside from Danganronpa? I really liked the Hunger Games. Which, you know, isn't too far removed from Danganronpa. I don't tend to, like, Like, I think Danganronpa is actually pretty unique in the fact that it's, like, a more story, like, an explicitly story-driven game. Although I also like, Baldur's Gate, which I've wanted to play on stream, but it's, like, really hard to get people invested. Same goes for another game that I found while, like, browsing the internet. It's called Alpha Centauri, and I really wanted to play it on stream. Like, I was interested in doing that, but I couldn't really see anything like that. Have I tried other death game things? I've played Among Us. I don't know, I actually don't vibe very well with Among Us. I found it on Minecraft, which is a bit, like, better, because it was, like, anyways. But I played, like, a Minecraft Among Us, and it's a bit better, but I don't know why. I think it's just because it's, like, first person, and, I don't know, I vibe with that a bit more. What did you like about Danganronpa that you didn't like about Your Turn to Die? I don't know. I think I just like the humorous tone that Danganronpa has. Like, it creates an interesting, like, contrast between the, like, the terrible things that are happening, while Your Turn to Die kind of felt, like, way too boring at the start, and, like, if you're boring me at the start, I'm not super interested in continuing, like, no matter how good people say it gets. Like, if you put your hand on a stove for, like, 10 hours, eventually you're not gonna feel, like, the pain anymore, but you're also not gonna feel very much of anything in your hand. I've been interested in Ace Attorney, if I'm honest. But I don't know, I feel like there's not too many stakes in it. If that makes sense. Do I like anime? Not really. I don't really watch any. I mean, like, I watch Bakugan and Yu-Gi-Oh!, but, like, those are, like, exceptions. I've tried to watch, like, other animes, and they've just been boring. I've not seen Other Side Picnic. And I imagine that there are, like, stakes at... Like, I think there are... Like, I know that there are stakes at case, but it's not, like... Like, I don't think... Like, I don't think, what's-his-face... I don't think Phoenix Wright dies if he fails to solve any of the cases. How did I come up with Danganronpa? I actually didn't. One of my patrons did. They posted, like, a couple of Danganronpa, like, jokes to, a patron Discord. And, like, after a few, like, days of, like, them posting, I came up with one myself, and then I decided, hey, I'll turn this into a video, because I need, Oh, shit. I actually didn't know that. I mean, I am interested in Ace Attorney. It's just, like... I feel like if I buy it, I'm gonna, like, leave it in my library to rot. Like, not because I don't want to play it, but just I never find the time to. Or when I do have time to, I'm just gonna be, like, sitting there just... disassociating. Man, I don't even know what Danganronpa is. It's just... It's really just, like, the evolution of lol random humor, but, like, with more war crimes and queer content. I'll be honest, like, I think our collaboration actually like, kind of inspired me to, like, redesign my characters and, like, revisit my Fandom. Because, like I said, I'm still unsure whether I want to make, whether I want to keep Miami the protagonist, or like, give the protagonist role over to Deloan. Least favorite characters besides Kokichi. Are we talking, like, all of the games? Or, like, just the main three? Also, I don't like that hair. I need to... And if I push it up like that... That looks a bit better. Actually matches the rest of her hair. And if we just get that. Yeah. There. I honestly don't mind spoilers for that. Like I said, I think earlier I mentioned that, I honestly just want to spoil myself for Your Turn to Die, so I don't have it, so I have no excuse to go play it. Oh god, you mentioning Unity? Like, this isn't the same thing, but it's making me remember, fucking Unreal Engine, and, like, a class I took in Unreal Engine, and I didn't understand it at all. I was excellent at the like, theory work of, like, programming. I was good at, like, programming theory, but when it came to, like, actually programming a game, I couldn't do it to save my life. RPG Maker, like, RPG Maker I actually understood. It took a bit, but I understood it. Phase beside Kirumi, I like Celeste and Ibuki a lot. Yeah, Unreal is fucking hell. I don't ever want to touch it again. I can't give tips on anatomy. The best I can say is, like, look it up and, like, yeah. I think I'm good with the face. Now I should really look up some outfit, like, things. Because she's not hiding the fact that she's an assassin, I think I can probably put, like, a few more assassin motifs in her outfit. This is gonna give me, like, 20 million options for, like... Yeah, it's all, like, medieval assassin gear. Or, like, from Fallout. None of it is, like, actually from, you know, a modern assassin. What if I looked it up? Modern. Nope. Still a bunch of Ubisoft bullshit. Thanks, Assassin's Creed. Look, fine, I'll do the giant trench coat and shit. I've not watched Akadama Drive. A utility vest. I'm not sure what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know. don't know how to make that look interesting. I mean, I did look up, like, modern assassin, medieval assassin. I looked up everything, and I guess just kept getting Assassin's Creed. I might... Dress up as a giant gun, like real assassin. I can't have a serious character wandering around in a goddamn gun suit. I liked Toko, but I do think that, like, the way they wrote her, I do like Toko and Sho, but I do think that the way that they wrote her, like, dissociative identity disorder is really quite offensive. So I found something that might actually look nice, that might actually be a good reference. You'll see the issue with it in just a moment. Jacket. I can't even make a funny joke because jacket. It's already a jean jacket. I'll look up Assassin minus Creed. And now it's all Fallout, and Skyrim, and other video games. A lot of it utilizes hoods, but I don't want to use a hood, at least not all of the time. Or at least, like she has a hood, but it's not up. There is, like, a steal her look thing, but it looks more like soldier gear than assassin gear, because there's a fucking grenade in it. Oh wow, this Tony has a good dissociative identity disorder representation? That's good. Honestly, anything that's not, like, one of my alters is a serial killer. Ugh. Is better. No. I don't know about that, though. Like, look at that. It looks like steal her look, but, like, there's a grenade and a gun. Like, just this loud machine gun thing. Like, the arrow, like, the bow and arrow I can understand because, like... Bow and arrow I can understand because, like, you know, that is silent. And, like, the dagger's also pretty quiet. But, like, the gun? The grenade? Though, honestly, I actually don't mind the outfit there. Like, that's fine, I think. I would prefer, like, something on her arms, but I think it's fine. Have I heard or played of the game Celeste? I've heard of it, definitely. I haven't played it. My brain is just dying on me, and I hate it. I think I'll just draw her underlayer first. You know, that seems like a logical course of action. I've played a little bit of Zero Escape. I've also seen videos that spoil it. I don't remember them super well, but yeah. I've been meaning to go back to play it more, because I know a friend of mine wants me to do it. Hey. Actually, one thing that happened canonically was, one thing that happened canonically with her is, in the timeline of the Fandom, she actually assassinated the former US president. I did not complete 999, unfortunately. But yeah, my character, like, if you do, like, her free time events, you find out that she definitely assassinated Donald Trump. Yeah, I know, Terry Crews played Danganronpa. You should play Beat Saber. I can't, because I don't have the VR headset. And I've got, like, more important things that I'm looking forward to buying. Like, one thing I would like to do is get a proper streaming setup. And, like, doing that by, I would like to do that by buying, you know, stuff for a streaming setup. Oh, I also wasn't spoiled for the Danganronpa 1 Mastermind. Mostly because I binged the whole thing in a week. Like every morning, every morning at, like, 5 a.m., like, before school, I would get up and I would read a little bit more of Danganronpa until it was about time to, until it was time to go to school. I tried not to spoil myself for V3's deaths. Unfortunately, I did get a couple spoiled. Like, I got a death and a survivor spoiled for me. And I thought I got 2 deaths spoiled for me. I have recommended people to play Danganronpa a few times. I've gotten, like, I mean, I can't actually go a single conversation without suggesting it. By the way, you should all play Danganronpa. But I've gotten a few people interested, and a few people have just told me they're not interested, and, you know. I feel like the same thing might happen if I actually get a job, which, I might not be on as much tomorrow, because, I've got to write some stuff down for a job application. I wasn't spoiled for one. I was spoiled for the second half of 2, and that was mostly my own stupidity. Because I went on this fucking wiki and was like, this is going to be fine. This will work out brilliantly. And then I desperately avoided spoilers for, like, the fucking 7 or 8 months that Danganronpa V3 was, like, out in Japan, but not out in, like, other countries. I had the thing on pre-order for months. And then, like, when it finally came out, I binged the entire thing in 3 days. What did you think of Korkia's multi-kill? I liked the kill until they revealed the motive. And then I wanted to throw up. I mean, that was kind of the point, because, like, they did it for shock value, and oh my god, the sister. And it's like, fuck you. And I immediately saw, like, why everyone doesn't like this guy. I might give her taller boots. I like boots with height. Of course they're gonna have flat soles. Because I know, like, I know how shoes work. Maybe. My friend was really good at, like, not spoiling the game for me. And, like, I was fucking devastated. Like, the whole, like, that's my, like, alongside Trial 5 just being complete rubbish. That, like, makes no sense once you think about it for more than, like, 3 minutes. Like, after the last 4 trials... I mean, like, it's hard to, like... I don't know, I do want to give Kyo a second chance. Like, purely because, like, everyone has been, like, harassing me to do it. Because, like, purely just because everyone harasses me to do it. But, like, I don't really get, like, the whole thing where it, like, blames, like, other characters for the thing. Because, like, what's ultimately happening here is the writers chose to have that be a thing. Even Maki wears flat shoes, like, considering her talent. Like, it takes... Look, it would take extreme fucking skill and dedication to kill someone wearing high heels. Or at least, like, in, like, the usual setting. But, like, I don't get, like, people blaming other characters because, like, you know, ultimately, the writers made this decision. Which is, like, why I don't get too cranky when people say, like, you know, oh... Like, I get cranky when people say Mikan was just fan service because, like, she wasn't written to be that way. Like, she was written as fan service, don't get me wrong, and, like, some of the fan service is really fucking uncomfortable. But I don't think it, like, I don't agree with, like, she's just fan service. But, like, I don't agree with people who, like, say that the fan service is, like, necessary or anything, because, like, ultimately it isn't. And can I just kind of go on a tangent about how much I hate how this fandom, like, treats female characters, if I'm honest? Like, the writing is, like, an issue, but I would argue that the fandom has an even bigger issue with, like, how it treats female characters in this series. No, Tsumugi is also a fictional character. It's not her fault either. The writers of Danganronpa V3 also wrote her to be like that. But, like, this fandom will praise, like, mediocre male characters for things that female characters, like, often did, like, before them much better. The biggest example is fucking Kokichi. Who, like, everyone goes, oh, he's such a complex liar, and yada yada yada. Meanwhile, Celeste is just sitting there with a cup of tea in her hand, like, just staring confusedly. And, like, I really don't care, like, what Kokichi fans say. The two characters are extremely similar. It's impossible to not draw any comparison. Angie actually is a morally grey character. Like, they actually put effort into making her, like, actually morally grey. Kokichi did a whole bunch of horrible shit, and then they just slap redemption on him in the end. Like, you know, after he's dead, they slap redemption on him, and it's like... And it's like, oh, look, he was a good guy. And it's like, fucking really? I don't buy that for a second. So let's do a different V3 character. I actually have no idea. Maybe Kirumi, because, like, the similar, like, styles. I'm trying to think of other things they might have in common. Like, there's also Angie, because of the non-English name, but I don't think that's super relevant. Or, not a non-English, non-Japanese name. Problem with Kokichi is, like, they didn't stick to, like... They wrote him, like, they tried to write him as morally grey, or, like, complex, but really all they did was make him do a horrible bunch of things, and then, like, vaguely slap, like, oh, look, he was part of this organization that said no killing, and, he wrote on this rock. He really wanted to help everyone, and it's like, no, he didn't. You didn't show us this before he died, you only showed it to us post-mortem. I don't give a shit. Yeah, the female characters, like, get a whole bunch of shit. Like, the female characters in this series are fucking excellent. Like, I get, like, people are like, no, they're bad. I don't agree. I literally don't even see it. Like, Celeste isn't mine. I think one of the scary things about Celeste is she absolutely could have become, like, she absolutely could have taken Junko's place. The problem is, like, his true intent wasn't really set up throughout the game. Like, throughout the game, they painted him as just a complete asshole. He was terrible. And then at the end, they just went, oh, look at this. He's a good guy. Like, I find, like, he's not even that fascinating. Hey, babe. Like, I don't find Kokichi very fascinating at all. Okay, so... Unpopular opinion, I really don't like Ishimaru that much. But! He still proposes more interesting questions than Kokichi does. I think Kyoko was meant to be the mastermind in Distrust. Oh, please don't apologize for Ruka. Like, that is just as bad as, like, everyone, like, going, oh, Kokichi's actually good. Like, no, Ruka is an asshole. I love her because she's an asshole. Okay, so, I actually had a video topic that now I don't really feel like I can do because, like, you already kind of covered it. But, like, I wanted to, like, figure out, like, what would things be like if, like, Kiyotaka Ishimaru was in Danganronpa 2 instead. Like, because the questions, like, Kiyotaka poses in 1 aren't interesting because they're not relevant to the themes. In 2, however, very relevant, very thematically appropriate. I don't know, like, I just feel like now it's, like, stealing your ideas. Even though, like, yeah, it's not actually stealing the ideas, but still. I'm okay. My voice is a bit sore because I've been answering questions for like the last 5-ish. I know, like, arguably it's not, but it still feels like it, you know? I don't know. Hey, Nuck. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I'll definitely put it like as like a consideration. Baby, you already knew that I. Ryuma's not forgettable. Leave him alone. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but I did not know that Celeste was going to be the culprit of chapter 3 of Danganronpa 1. Granted, this was like a few years ago, and now I probably would have gotten it very easily. I don't feel like that's supposed to go there. Or connect there, I should say. Wait, what? What's happening now? That's fine. I've just, my dad said something like outside my room, and like now I'm just like, what is anything? I'm just salty as hell that like Hirumi just gets ignored by the fandom. Right, it was something about Celeste. Wait, no, I already finished that thought because I was like, no, I'm probably stupid, but I didn't know that Celeste was the culprit. Yep, okay, I finished. That was a complete train of thought. There was nothing else to be said. I'm good. Ryoma is great, and like one of the things I really like is like pretty much every sub theme and like other conflict in Danganronpa V3 aside from the big one is like way more subdued than like the fucking main one, which starts to get on your nerves because it's like, all right, I get it. Because like you've got like Ryoma and Kirumi who are like, you know, polar opposites, with one, like, the shortest guy in V3, like, with with nothing to live for, and the tallest girl with everything to lose. Wait, no, she doesn't. Okay, so there's no need for like a sleeve because it's a sleeveless jacket, and honestly I want to keep it that way, but I do need something on her arm to like, I don't know, maybe I'll move the bandage on her leg to her arm. Actually, why did I even draw a belt? Because you're not going to be able to see it under, like... I mean, if I, like, have this, like, buttoned up to the waist and then it just kind of, like, flares out and is tucked behind her, like, back or whatever, it'll be fine. Sending Angie to the moon. Why are you doing that? Why is she on the moon? Why would you do that to her? Yeah, the first game definitely has some stuff that, you know, was bad at the time and it's gotten worse with age. Why is she in space? Wait, Huntsman from... Oh my god, wow. Wait, it didn't... This may be me forgetting something horrible. Or this may be me just forgetting shit, but didn't he date, Cerise Wood? I don't know what it is about her, but, like, she just gives me Mad Maki vibes. When I think of Kaito and Maki's relationship, it was good up until the last 10 minutes. Where, like, they were like, oh, but she loves Kaito, and it's like, when? When did we see this? This was just, it was like, it's just friendly. Oh, okay. My bad. I don't even know what the fuck. What day is Cerise Wood? I don't remember. No spamming in the chat. Yeah, it was definitely cliche. Future Arc, I actually liked Future Arc. And I think Maki, she had the weakest development of the three, like, endgame characters. But, I still thought it was okay. Like, it wasn't offensive or anything. Although, granted, that may just be in comparison to, like, characters that did infuriate the shit out of me. I know that there are people who do ship, Kaito and, Kaide. Opinion on Seiko? I really like her. I think I might have an altar of her, but I'm not sure. The verdict is still out. None of the characters bring it up because everyone wanted to kill Kokichi. By the end of that, everyone was fucking pissed with him. Everyone was just like, yep, okay, die. Yeah, the V3, like, just every protagonist is usually shippable with, like, nearly every character. Although I don't think that Omer is shippable with, Kaide, and Tenko is also not really shippable with Shuichi. Platonically, these could be, like, nice to look at. I actually really like platonic, Shuichi and Tenko. But, like, as soon as romance gets introduced into the mix, I'm just like, I'm out. Ugh. I used to ship them romantically, but not anymore, because, you know, Tenko's a lesbian. What are your thoughts on Kokichi? We spent, like, an hour, we spent an hour just ripping into him before. Because he's so bad. Samatsu is great. I also really like Kaimaki. If I'm not Kaimaki. Which one? Kamaki's okay, I just don't ship it personally. Which one's the one fucking... it's on the tip of my tongue and I'm gonna be so angry when I remember it. Kairumi! Fuck! Thoughts on Hajime. I really like him. He is my least favorite protagonist, but, like, that's more just because I like the other ones more. I mean, Love Hotel events, some are good, and some are really, really bad. Like, holy shit, I hated Himiko's. Like, it's like, haha, funny furry, and then, like, stuff happens, and it's like, oh god, fuck, 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 I hate everything. Thoughts on Togami? As a fat person, I really like Togami, and I'm also kind of sick of everyone, like, making edits of, impersonating other characters and everyone just immediately going, lol, cursed. And it's like, fuck you! Fat people aren't cursed. We're not fucking cursed memes. Shut up and die. Also, yeah, I hated Tsurugi's as well. Yeah, this fandom could, like, do with not dehumanizing, this fandom could do with, like, not fucking dehumanizing fat characters, not dehumanizing female characters, not dehumanizing, like, queer characters, not immediately complaining whenever someone says they think a character is trans. Not complaining whenever someone draws a character as, like, another minority race. It's like, fuck. Also, my favorite Ultimate talent is Artist, because, like, that's my talent. I like that talent. It's a good talent. They gave it to a good character. I think she needs something around her neck. So I think I will go for the dog tags. Although another character does have dog tags, and I think I want to keep that in his design. Yeah, we do need to have a sincere conversation in the community about, like, people just fucking doxing each other because of different opinions. It's just like, why? Why are you like this? Yeah, honestly, if you need help with the video, I'd be absolutely down for it. Because, like, I'm wondering, like, whether the shit that I've done has... Like, I sometimes wonder whether the shit I've done has, like, helped contribute to that. Even though, like, that's absolutely not what I want. I really like Kamaru, and I also like Masaru. I actually like the Warriors of Hope more than most of these fans. Luckily, Controversy is my middle name. Yeah, like, seriously, what the fuck's up with this fandom? And then I get yelled at for, like, yelling at people being, like, outright transphobic in my comments section. Oh, what? This community has just gone fucking insane. I blame Bijou Mike. I'm trying to think of things like to put around her neck. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that I haven't been doxxed, but I imagine it's only a matter of time. At the same time, like, I feel like Nagito and Kokichi fans are a bit like straight people. Yeah, I find Sayama pretty toxic, but I'm not gonna dox someone over it. Like, holy shit. What I mean, like, by, like, Kokichi and Nagito fans are, like, every bit like straight people is, like, people, like, they're all over the place. They're very, like, they're very obnoxious. Like, not all of them, of course. Not all of them. But enough of them that, like, obviously people are gonna start, like, talking about it and saying it's annoying. And then, like, it's also kind of annoying that, like, fans of the characters will then come in and go, like, but not all of us. And it's like, yeah, it isn't all of you, but it's enough. And it's, like, clearly a problem with this fan base in particular. Look, I would happily hold Bijou Mike in place while you punch him in the face. And, like, if I'm honest, like, this is gonna sound, like, really creepy and, like, kind of gross, but I don't care. If Bijou Mike comes out to have, like, been grooming kids, I will not be surprised. I'll be disgusted, but I won't be surprised. I don't know about the necklace anymore. I drew the whole thing, and then I'm like, I don't know about that. I actually don't think it would be good for an assassin to be wearing it. Might actually swap it out with just a plain choker. With, like, I don't know, something attached to it. Although I don't know if the thing attached to it would be that great either. Because, like, she's supposed to look kind of like she's here on business. But I do need something on the neck to, I don't know, make a design, like, kind of pop a bit. Because her neck the chest area just seems very bare. And I don't really want that. If I'm honest, like, I just kind of miss when the I've repeatedly said that I just miss the V3 fandom. Like, the pre-V3 fandom. Look, I know why the fandoms get toxic as well. It's because, like, everyone is, like, afraid of causing controversy. So, like, when controversy actually does happen and shit does start hitting the fan, everyone is like, how could this have happened? The fandom has become so toxic, but, like, we literally watched it happen. Okay, I think that's good. I think that I do need, like, a couple of... It really isn't, because canceling... Like, what does canceling actually have an effect on, like... Like, what... Like, if you cancel Bijou Mike, what is actually going to happen? Like, if I'm honest, like, what's actually going to happen? Exactly. Nothing would happen. Nothing happens to his career. Nothing happens to Bijou's career if you not if you dox him. Things happen to him if you dox him. Don't do that. But, like, canceling really just tells you, hey, this person is a dick, here's all the reasons why, you know, avoid them. Like, if you're canceling someone for a stupid reason, like, you know, someone made a comment that's, like, ignorant, but, you know, they would actually listen to you if you explained the issue. But, like, if it's someone who's, like, legitimately harmful, like, you know, like, Bijou Mike pretty much is, then, like, there's not really any harm in, like, saying, like, hey, here's all the reasons this person's a dick, try to avoid them. Honestly, I think he should have. Like, everyone in the dog knows that, like, fucking Togafuka is, like, abusive as hell. Like, both characters are abusive towards each other. Like, there's not even, like, an argument. Look, one thing that I would like to point out is, like, Bijou Mike had, like, one of his thumbnails for his Super Danganronpa 2 playthrough involved him, like, not censoring Hiyoko, in one of his thumbnails where, like, she was struggling to put on her kimono, but instead, he decided to censor Sonya, who was fully clothed and standing off to the foreground. Like, standing off to the side. And, all of his thumbnails are, like, really shitty clickbait. Like, all of Bijou Mike's thumbnails are just shit clickbait. In addition to this, I had a bunch of reasons written down somewhere. I remember writing them down. But there's also the fact that, like, he keeps calling fucking... Like, he legitimately keeps calling, Kamaida and Toko insane. And, like, other ableist terms. That, like, they're not ableist on their own. But, when, like, you start using them for, like... Like, when you start using them for, like... Fucking... Like, you start using those terms to, like, bully the mentally ill for, like, fucking views. Like, that's shitty as fuck. Like, he legitimately kept calling, like, even after people told him, stop that, like, they're actually mentally ill, don't do it, he kept doing it. Yeah, like, Yarn Simulator is also a thing. He's still allied with Alex Mahan, who, like, is known to be completely and utterly shitty. Like, we've been, like, referring to this. And, like, one of the things that, like, also annoys me is, like, this isn't exactly, like, strict misogyny, but, like, he keeps talking about, like, he doesn't care about any of the male characters. He only cares about the female characters, and in the worst way. Because he only sees them as, like, his, like, you know, his, like, cute anime waifu thing. And shit like that. Like, the only reason that these girls exist to him is, like, for fucking... is, like, to be, like, fucking waifu bait for him. And he's like, oh, it's a waifu simulator. You get to date all of these hot waifus. And it's like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. That's kind of the problem. Like, if it was, like, if he did say it like a joke, like how I sometimes do, then, like, there wouldn't have been a problem. But, like, it's so clear that it's not a joke to him. It's, like, abundantly clear that he does this, like, not as a joke, but, like, as a legitimate belief of his. go dig a hole outside. I'm renting the house. It doesn't really matter if he stopped doing it. Because he did it in the first place. Not only that, but he still hasn't fucking apologized for a bunch of shit. Oh, and there was also that moment where, like, he, like, said a bunch of garbage about, like, the queer community. He was like, oh, I support them, but only if they shut up and never say that they're queer and just act like cishetes all of the time. Yeah, he's like nearly 30. It's weird. Like, even at 21, I'm starting to get, like, way too old for, like, you know, like, calling characters waifu. And this guy's, like, 29 or something, and is like, long waifu. This game is waifu. It's like, fuck. Shut up. We'll brick you. It's like not even funny. Like, his content isn't even that good, right? Like, doesn't he also, like, beg for likes? Like, all of the fucking time? Like, I won't upload the next video unless I get, like, X amount of likes. Bijou Mike is the kid who had a crush on the teacher. Honestly, if he had a crush on the teacher, it would be way less creepy. Like, I don't get why people are like, oh, don't compare him to Yandere Dev, they're two different people. Like, no, they're in the same vein, they're both creepy as shit. Yeah, but usually, like, his audience is consistent of kids, and, like, I'm a little upset that, like, he decided to do Danganronpa because it's introduced, like, a bunch of children to this game. A game that's MA, mind you. Or at least MA in my country. I think it's even, like the age requirement is higher in other countries. MA means, like, strictly 15 and up. Nah, Yandere Div doesn't even produce good content. His content is shit that I could have farted out myself in, like a fucking year or so. Yeah, it's like MA where I live, which is like 15 and up. And that's like one of the younger ones. Look, I don't think anyone under the age of like 14 should be playing Danganronpa. I say this as someone who got into the series at 15. Yeah, which is really concerning because, like, I've looked at a lot of, like, what Alex publishes, and, like, a lot of it is, like, pretty fucking pedophilic. Like, a lot of his fucking game is sexualizing high school students, which is fucking gross and weird and terrible. Yeah, like, don't play this game if you're under 14, please. Like, just abandon the fandom, come back when you're 14. Look, as someone who, like, played this shit when they were, like, 15, it still fucked me up. It still fucked me up. And I was considered emotionally mature for my age. Read traumatized. Like, I'm confused by, like, people who are like, I'm 12 and I'm into Danganronpa. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was into Sonic the Hedgehog at that age. Go play with Barbies. Go fucking do your homework. Go do your times tables. And, like, I did play Resident Evil like 6 when I was 12, and that fucked me up too. Nope. Yeah, like, even if you're like, oh, I can handle this stuff, and it's like, no, you can't. No, you can't. There isn't really such a thing as emotional maturity, because, like, hell, that's the shit that, like, pedophiles use to justify, like, grooming kids. They go, oh, you're so mature for your age. And, like, all that fucking garbage. And then, like, you know, what do you know? It's like, oh, shit, pedophiles. You wind up, like, with trauma for the rest of your life because of it. Oh, I already know what Happy Tree Friends is. I mean, I just miss it because I've seen, like, people, like, actually get fucked up by this kind of mindset. Why are you all like this? How old are you? What do you mean you played Doki Doki Literature Club at 11 years old? If you played that the day it came out, then, like, hang on. It's in my Steam library somewhere. You're like 15! At the oldest! I mean, if you mark your thing, like, as, like, appropriate for, like, not appropriate for children, that's fine. Danganronpa is, like, marked it inappropriate for children. But, like, kids should not be playing this shit. Modern YouTube wouldn't ever be like that because it's too focused on, like, being capitalist and hellscape. I mean, hell, they left the fucking... Remember when, like, Jake Paul found that body in the fucking woods in Japan? And, like, it wasn't censored at first? Like, it was... Like, you could actually fucking see it? I mean, I'm only 21. Look, I'm gonna be honest, it's really fucking draining to, like, see people, like, talking. Like, I got into the series at 10, so I might have to shut down the chat for a bit and just fucking disconnect from it. Sorry, it's just very emotionally draining, and it's not something I'm able to put up with any longer. I shouldn't have gone on that tangent, and I apologize, but yeah, I'm way too emotionally drained to keep going with it. Wait. That's not what I want. That's not what I usually do. No. Here we go. I didn't draw freckles. There we go. Okay, I think I'm okay to put the chat back up. Kano over Hagakure, but I think that's just because I do have a I do have a preference for girl characters. I really enjoyed our collab. I had a lot of fun with it. Fuck. Like, I really enjoyed participating in it. And like I said, it's like gotten me inspired to like revamp my own Fangan for like, and like fix fix the issues that it had, because it had a whole bunch. Look, I'll be honest, I didn't know how kinning worked either, because I thought it was just like, you know, you kind of like are the character, like in some ways. But the problem is that I'm actually completely unsure of like what my kin list is, because I'm not sure of like what's actually a kin and what's an alter. Which is, you know, lots of fun. It's like, oh, what? It's like, what's what anymore? There is one thing I'd like to add before I continue. The other two had this, so I'm gonna have to add it as well. Just like a solid black shadow under the chin. But yeah, I don't know what my kin list is anymore. I don't even think I have a kin list, just because it's like, I don't know what's kin, and I don't know what's, like, an alternate personality. I know that, like, fiction kin, like, used to come, like, fiction kin used to came from, other kin, which, was, like, you don't feel, like, fully human, you feel like an animal, or something like that. But yeah, now I just don't... Like, these days I just don't know. Of course I like V3 Case 3 more than V3 Case 5. V3 Case 5 fucking sucked. Didn't I just say that I'd like to drop the topic? Let's see ya. I really don't like Sonya. I feel like she could have been better, but she wasn't. Which is annoying. Someone tried to bring up the lost topic again, the one that caused me to, like, just exit out of the chat. is that V3 Case 5 had already been done before. I actually think Hifumi is overhated. I don't like him that much, but I think that people hate him way too much for what he ultimately is. Like, yeah, he's a bit creepy, but like, let's face it, my channel is basically him, but like, sexier. Like, what I do is just him, but because I'm sexy, it's acceptable. Yeah, like a lot of the shit that like Hifumi gets is just because he's fat. What a surprise, the fandom hates fat people. I do think a lot of his comments are pretty uncomfortable. But that doesn't mean that, like, I think that he deserves a bunch, like, all of the hate that he gets. And let's face it, he simps for Celeste. Everyone who's like, oh, I wouldn't have trusted her is, like, a liar. They're like Celeste. A liar. Fuck. Let me just fucking fill this in. Rather than have to, you know, rely on paintbrushes, which are gonna be inaccurate and fucking... Sorry, that's my bottle going off. People like Miu because she's, like, conventionally attractive. And, like, I like Miu as well. But I'm, like, so annoyed that this fandom, like, just keeps giving her free passes to act like a creep while, like, you know, like, yelling at, like, Hifumi and Teru and shit for being creeps. It's like, fuck! You only do it because she's hot! It's like she's only getting away with it because she has a nice pair of tits. I mean, I don't like to think of Hifumi as transphobic, but he did make a pretty creepy comment towards Chihiro. Yeah, a lot of people do say they would have liked Teru if they used his beta design, which is just more proof of my fucking point. That people would love him if, like, he was conventionally attractive, but because he's not, suddenly everything that, like, they love, like, Miu and Korkio and Tsumugi for. Like, everything that, like, that was the case for. Like, it's suddenly no longer acceptable because they're not attractive. And I say this as someone who is attractive. Like, I'm fat and... Actually, no, I'm fat. Like, I'm fat and I'm attractive. Fuck off. But, like, this fandom, like, seriously has a problem with, like, fat characters. Like, you can just get away with anything if you're, like, skinny and attractive. Like, I've said multiple times, Kyo would not be as well liked as he is if, like, he had a design similar to Teru. Yeah, like, if you're gonna... Like, Hifumi fan art, like, if you're gonna, like, change his design, then, like, try to make his proportions look more, like, natural. Because he's got, like, these tiny, skinny little legs and just this huge, like, upper torso part. Like, people don't look like that. Like, he needed a body frame similar to, like, Byakuya, like, the imposter Byakuya. Because, like, that was pretty realistic. God, my throat hurts. I've been talking so much. Is that all of her skin covered? I think it is. Nope, her arm. Other arm. What app is this? This is Paint Tool Side 2. But yeah, I'm just fucking sick of this fandom giving, like, skinny characters a pass to do shit that they, like, yell at fat characters for doing. Hydrate or dehydrate. I only have a little bit of water left. I don't have much. Can skinny confirm me? I'll take a look at it. Oh, Jesus, fuck! That's cursed. Like, fuck. Can we see it? Why didn't you tell me that you'd sent it over? He does look like a fucking Q-tip. It's so... Oh, okay. I've gotten the okay to post it. Don't say I didn't warn you. Look at it! Look at it! That is so cursed! Fuck. Is that his original design? I hope not! See, we really had it good with fucking... Like... I told you it was cursed! Yeah, I've seen the Ryoma one. I've seen the Ryoma one. Just as cursed. The character I wish survived. Well, Ryoma and Kirumi survived because there's no such... Because Chapter 2 was entirely fan-made, so I'm gonna go with, Tenko. And if I can have more than one character, Angie. Those two were great. Doesn't Beta Ryoma look like a thumb? I definitely prefer the final outcome of Ryoma. But honestly, I prefer Kirumi's lost beta design to what we actually got. I don't know, I like the collar thing that she had in that one, and the puffy sleeves. Those are really nice. And I think that they would have gone with it these days, because of the puffy sleeves trend. Thumb. Yes, he looks like he looks like a thumb. He looks like... Hang on. Oh no, my pressure sensitivity died. Wait, did it? Nope, we're good. Pressure sensitivity is fine. I don't know what happened there, though. I don't know what happened to Togami and Ibuki, and it's annoying me, because, like, that was the shit. That was an amazing ship. I mean, hell, the fandom was, like, a lot better towards, like, fat people, like, a few years back as well. I have the image. I know about Beta Ryoma. Like, does anyone remember air guitar? Does anyone remember air guitar? Anyone at all? Yeah, Ryota Mitarai, like Togami and Ryota was also a really good one. It's a little later in the timeline because, like, Ryota wasn't revealed until, like, 2016. But still. Yes, air guitar. Like, air guitar was great. No, not Agatha. Air guitar. Yeah, air guitar, but, like, air. Like, you know, like, air. Hair. Like the heir to a throne. Are you all... No. Air is in... Fucking air is in, like... You know, like the heir to, like, the throne, the heir to the corporation, stuff like that. It was called air guitar. Because, like, at the time, like, Togami was the only one that, the imposter had, like, actually, like, been seen impersonating. Yes, thank you, Comrade Chiaki! Yes, you finally get it! We're finally getting somewhere! Oh wow, that is tiny. Fuck. What is this? A beta design for ants? Look, I'm gonna zoom in as much as I can. Fuck, I opened the wrong one. I opened the other side. Alright. What is this? What is this? A beta design for ants? It looks like Beta Ryoma has been censored to protect his identity. Also, hello to your cat. Is this for your Fangon? Well, the current canvas that's open. No. But, the character I've been drawing is. I've been trying to redesign all my characters for a Fangon. Gives off OO vibes. Oh, God. Don't say that. Is that all of the... No, it's not all of the orange hair. Look, can I just say that, I can't pronounce his name properly, but, Chris, did a really good, like, he did a really good Ryoma and Gundam. I know he's not more, I don't know he's more well known for Gundam, but, I like Ryoma. I don't like Gundam as much. He just kind of exists. I know that's an unpopular opinion in the fandom, and I'm gonna get attacked for it. Just one moment, hang on. I actually might have to end the stream here. I apparently there's something that came up in my real life. I'm very sorry. I'll try to continue another time. So a quick shout out to my patrons. Sarah Zeta X, Kara, Croquet Lawnchair, Esquire, Kevin Parody, Leaf Storm, Leah Marone, Michael P, Sad Bass Boy, Sam4733, Sharktooth Grin, Super High School Level Ultimate Therapy Session, Shujinko, Travis Fonseca, Uwe, and Vanishing Welsh. Sorry to end the stream, like, just immediately, but, like, I need to go somewhere. I'm very sorry.